This is titled, My Switch Games Survived a Fire That Destroyed Everything. In the morning, my room caught fire. Everyone was able to make it out of the house safely, and the firefighters were able to put out the fire. But most of my belongings were destroyed. While looking through wreckage, I found melted Nintendo Switch cases, and I decided to pry them open. And lo and behold, all the cartridges survived. So I will never question Nintendo packaging again. So he has a hammer and a screwdriver because they've melded together. His Switch games were completely engulfed in flames. And he had to use a flathead screwdriver and a hammer to break them apart and break them open. And you ready for this? That's what the games look like after the fire completely destroyed his entire room. I don't know what they build Nintendo Switch boxes out of, but they should probably build space shuttles out of it as well. Because what? David Elias says, new respect for Nintendo. That reminds me of Nintendo when they had the Nintendo Game Boy on moon. Was it on the moon? Or was it on the moon? Burned? Oh, no, it wasn't on the moon. Sorry. It was this one. This Game Boy survived a bombing in the Gulf War. We knew Nintendo made them strong, but damn. That's the Game Boy, and that's Tetris playing on it still after a bombing. Nintendo's consoles are notorious for being resilient, but you could drop a DS out of a car freeway, it probably wouldn't break. The steel strength plastic of N64 is remarkable, but all that pales in comparison to one very special birthday boy, an original Game Boy from 1989 that proved it could survive more than just time. It could, in fact, survive a war. The controversial Gulf War was in full swing 1990, 91, leading to a coalition of 35 countries. Let me see. At some point during the war, a Game Boy was stored by a medic named Stefan Scoggins inside barracks in the Middle East during a bombing. Afterwards, Scoggins sent the Game Boy to Nintendo for repair, writing, "Fortunately, this Game Boy, several packs, and sundry other personal items were the only casualties claimed by the fire." Excuse me. Nintendo technicians thought the Game Boy was a lost cause, but decided to test the cartridge of Tetris. To their surprise, it worked. The Game Boy is still functioning today. And this was as of, when was this? This was 10 years ago? Why is there no date on this article? Oh, there we go. 2019. Okay. So that's 6 years ago. This was still operational after a bombing. BK says they must use Nokia plastics. But it's just funny. After I saw that, I was like, the first thing I thought of when I saw this picture, I was like, what about that Game Boy? Like, what is it with Nintendo products that can survive literally nuclear winters? It's insane. And there's not even like a scratch on any of these cartridges at all. Like, look at them. Look closely. I don't know. Can I open this image in a new tab and zoom in on it? No, it doesn't let me zoom. Well, does it? It lets me zoom a little bit on it. So yeah, they survived an entire room burning to a crisp. It looked like that. So maybe that's why Nintendo products hold their value. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. All right. As far as my Game Boy is concerned, I haven't tried it in probably 3 years. But last time I tried it, it worked perfectly fine. There were like the yellow lines on the left side of the screen, but other than that, it worked fine.